Over the past decade on Today, I've travelled to many iconic places and forgotten corners of the world. But there are few destinations like Italy, with all its history. Come with me now on a journey through Italy's past and present, beginning in the north and stunning Venice, then on to Florence, then south to Campania, and as far as Sicily. It's an incredible world. Ah, Italy. Where to begin in this land of Romans, Renaissance, and Romance? How about the place where quarantine was invented 600 years ago? If you're going to lock down, where better than in the most beautiful city in the world, Venice. A labyrinth of winding canals, famed for its glorious art and architecture, the birthplace of a billion romances. Casanova once lived here. George Clooney got married here. And so did American Marie Ohanessian, who met her gondolier husband Roberto in Venice.
I'll give you a year, 1985, and got married 2 years later. I was here on vacation.
30 years of marriage, my friend.
Yeah, it'll be 31.
31, yes. How's it going?
I'm a lucky guy, huh?
There is a famous Venetian tradition that says, if you kiss while passing under a bridge, you and your lover remain in love forever. In recent years, Venice discovered that its beauty can be a double-edged sword. The people who truly love it lost in a sea of selfie-taking tourists.
We all got the selfie. We can leave now, but you don't even realize where you are. So Venice needs to be understood and needs to be savored.
You live in history. Francesco da Mosta, whose family has lived in this Venetian house for generations, agrees.
Venice doesn't need so much tourism. So much tourism is destroying Venice. When you lose the soul of a place, then it's lost.
Then for almost every one of us, everything changed. In Venice, it meant overnight the visitors vanished. As the world turned upside down, the pollution here disappeared. The water never looked clearer. More than ever, you could see why the Italians call this city on the sea La Serenissima, the most serene. Amazing, really, when you think that this was once a bustling metropolis, the trading centre of the world. And by truly exploring this enchanted city, you can find that history around every corner. The family that lived here at the Palazzo Pisani were modern-day billionaires, merchants of Venice.
Hello.
Now it's cared for by Giovanni Gio.
I can't believe this was someone's home.
Of course it was, absolutely. It's been a home of the Pisani family for over 4 centuries.
Imagine the history this home has seen, the highs and lows, and survived it all. Just about.
200 rooms and 400 windows. I know that we have to fix it every year.
That's a lot of windows to repair.
Within the walls of the palazzo, there's a trail of secrets.
There are Masonic symbols everywhere.
There are many secret passages everywhere. This palazzo is full of hidden staircases which goes up and down. This way, it takes exactly to the Mason Temple. This is the Sala d'Oro, the golden room, and once it was totally covered with gold. As you can see on the wall, there's a little trace of the gold.
Wow, and on the ceiling.
And on the ceiling, of course, yes.
The family fortune lost in gambling debts. This building is now a music centre. For this grand house, just another chapter in its long history. Perhaps that's the story of Venice. It has endured. Like its grandest gondolas, these elaborately detailed boats, hidden away for most of the year, they are relics of the past. But in Venice, gondolas are still transporting people around this floating citadel, as they have done for 1,000 years. And maybe there's something about that history that might help us in these times of trouble. Across the country, another spot famous for its history, Florence. Back when travel was so easy, we took time to take in its domed cathedral, walk its cobbled streets, and cross its enchanting bridges. A place for meditation, and as any Tuscan will tell you, a place to have fun.
Hey, kid.
Hey!
How's it going, buddy?
Claudio.
Welcome to Florence.
My friend and colleague Claudio, who's as Italian as Armani, introduced me to the local cocktails.
What are we going to
We're
drink?
gonna have an Aperol, well, a spritz, which is half Prosecco, which is Italian champagne, and then you can put two things in it, either Aperol or Campari.
A little taste test.
Yes.
Okay.
Salute.
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 Remember when you could share drinks without disinfecting the glass?
I feel like we should hold hands.
No.
Within Florence's medieval walls lived many celebrated characters of the Renaissance.
Who has walked on these
Michelangelo.
streets? Michelangelo.
Galileo,
Galileo?
Da Vinci,
Da
and now
Vinci?
us. What a fall from grace.
Let's get back to some historic drinking.
Why not? This is a 17th century statue of a wild boar.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if you touch the nose,
Yes.
it will bring you good luck.
Okay.
I'll give you a coin. Put the coin in the mouth.
Okay.
Let it drop. No luck.
What
Because
happened?
it needs to go through the grate.
Yes! Avere più ghiaccio. Can I have more ice in my drink?
That's it.
We should eat something, right?
Yeah. Florence's answer to the hot dog. This is for you.
Is that for me? All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Oh, you're eating it too? Well, that's
of course.
reassuring.
You know, have a go.
Okay.
So, what is it?
What is it?
It's meat. This is called lampredotto.
Number dot, okay.
It's the lining of a cow's stomach. It's kind of tripe, but worse.
That's what I just ate. I need to drink to forget. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Hi, good evening. Welcome. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
We're gonna start with Chianti
This is
Classico.
Chianti Classico.
Esatto,
Okay.
from Castellina and Chianti. It's a very small producer. It's been in the same family for 3 generations.
Like in Italy, it's not just about drinking. The wine is really a family tradition. My father used to make wine
Right.
for the family.
My daughters call wine daddy water.
Salute. Cheers. Cheers.
There's one more drink I need to try.
This is called a Negroni.
Okay.
Very famous in Italy. It was invented in Florence.
Yes.
It's called a Negroni because it was invented by a count called Camillo Negroni. How does it taste?
It's pretty good. I like it. I like it.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. I love you. You're the best.
No, you're the best.
When you want to
After all that excitement, it's time to slow down. In Italy, that means heading south. In the region of Campania, high on a hilltop, is this picturesque Italian town of old houses and narrow streets. Very narrow streets. We've travelled to sun-bleached southern Italy, where the pace of life is slower. In this typical Italian town, the locals are, well,
Buongiorno.
Hi, how are you? Buongiorno, buonasera.
Wait, you're not Italian.
No, I'm not Italian.
just like you.
Ciao. Where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
We're from Santa Barbara.
Please, will someone explain?
Ciao.
Hi, Carlo.
Yes.
Carlo from California has emigrated to Guardia San Framondi, a town founded before Columbus found America.
We're kind of right in the middle of the whole Italy thing.
The Italy thing.
The Italy thing.
What do you love about the Italy thing?
It's kind of like I've been dropped in an alternative universe where people are still really nice to each other.
Ciao. Ciao.
This old-fashioned place where folks say hello, or ciao, was slowly consigned to the past. But now more than 100 Americans and others have bought property in Guardia.
Kind of a little America.
Piccolo Americano, they call it.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Glenn is still refurbishing, but plans to keep some of the old features.
Love the old life. Yeah.
His house, once home to a wealthy Italian contessa.
This was the Contessa's bedroom.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Admittedly, you can get a little carried away.
You don't have to be Shakespearean aristocracy to live here, says restoration expert Benny Adamo. For $15,000, you can have this view. Or if you have a spare $170,000, this 18th century palazzo is yours.
Frescoes.
Yeah, frescoes.
Look at that.
Okay, it's a bit of a doer-upper.
Look,
Is the bed included?
yeah, the bed is included. You can take whatever you want.
When you buy these houses, you buy a piece of their history too. Rooms untouched.
1784.
A journal written before George Washington became president.
Incredible. You need a room with a view.
Carlo, whose house is above a waterfall, says nothing happens fast here.
I've got the formula down. It's 3 times as long, 6 times as many people.
Except, of course, the Italian take on fast food.
So this is not your home delivery pizza.
The pizza, invented in this region, is eaten fresh from the oven.
Wow.
The coffee is drunk in a single hit.
Not bad.
It's good though, right?
It's good.
It's good.
Ciao.
Guardia San Framondi is a little less quiet now. With all these new neighbours. And even more friendly.
So this is what it's all about, guys. La Dolce Vita.
The further south you go, the slower life gets. Until you reach the very tip of Italy and the ancient and beautiful Mediterranean island of Sicily. Humans have called this place home since 12,000 BC, which is a lot of time to learn how to cook and make great coffee. Some brought those twin passions to America, their grandchildren and great-grandchildren returning to Sicily, looking not for their future, but for their past.
And I really don't think you really know who you are unless you know where you came from.
Steve Balestrieri and his dad have come in search of their ancestors. First stop, the fishing village of Termine Imerese. For hundreds of years, the Balestrieris made their living from the sea.
The economy really went bad during the 1870s and 1880s.
Expert ancestry genealogist George Ott, who has joined us for this journey, has researched the Balestrieri family history.
This is the church your ancestors had their sacraments in.
Taking Steve and his dad to the places where generations of Balestrieris were born.
Just think how many of our relatives have been baptized right here.
Grew up.
So this is where they lived. This is the little street they played on.
And died.
It's so good to see my Aunt Rosemary here.
In a cafe, there's a chance to grab an espresso.
They are from Milwaukee.
Before the tour continues to the records office. In these old documents, stories of determination, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit.
These are the signature of Maria Gagliotto and your grandfather, Salvatore Balestrieri.
That's amazing. It's like this was yesterday.
It was Steve's great-grandfather, Salvatore, who was the first Balestrieri to make it to America. But his wife did not.
On the boat over to America, Maria died. They gave up a lot. She gave up her life.
Overcoming impossible odds, tragedy and hardship, There are lessons for us all from the folks who came before us, like Salvatore, who from a humble grocery cart grew a hugely successful family business in America.
This is your history right here.
Right. My great-grandfather would go through the streets yelling, tomatoes, cantaloupes, or whatever.
Can you still spot a good orange?
I can do anything.
Time for lunch. This famous fish restaurant
Buongiorno.
is special. Owner Francesco and his brother are Balestreri's too. Today, the two families meet for the first time.
I love the Balestreri in the world.
Francesco preparing a feast in their honor with other members of the Balestreri clan, old and young, all recorded here in the family tree.
What it comes down to is, okay, everybody's interrelated after so many years.
You're a very friendly group.
I wish I was Sicilian.
Salute. Salute.
So many memories to take home. Bonds once broken. Now a family found across the ocean. This is what life is about, and what so much of Italy is about, with its rich history. One day, our lives will be history too, but the magic of Italy, its culture, its beauty, and the way it just makes your heart sing, will always be with us.